Shut up and sit down.
Hi guys, Rick Pete back again with another video for you. It's another one in the series of a brief history of, a little bit about type videos. Again, as always, it's going to be one that I have in replica form. It's one of the few belts that when I first saw it, I was like, I've got to have one of those. By this point, I was aware that replicas were available, so I was just dead set on getting one. Never managed to get one brand new. Whenever I managed to try and either get one off eBay or always managed to lose out at the end. Didn't have any luck. Eventually, quite recently, managed to get one. Anybody who's seen my other videos will know, as I posted a video when I got it, so they'll know how recently I'm talking. So the belt in question is NWA TNA X-Division Title. Now this belt, like I said, is one that I've loved for a long time. I've just, from the first time I saw it, I was just absolutely blown away by it. I just thought it was a great belt. This one, I was lucky enough to get this one, and as a bonus, I don't usually go for autographed items. I don't think they had any sort of financial value, it's just more sentimental. This one has, I don't know if you can see it there, AJ Styles autograph. It is a legit autograph as well. I've looked into it. So yeah, anybody who knows me and who's seen my other videos will know, massive AJ Styles fan. So for the belt to come with his autograph, just it was a bit of a bonus for me personally. Like I said, I wouldn't normally bother with autograph things. I don't think they had any sort of value, but to me this, even though I wasn't the one who got it signed by him, it's AJ Styles autograph, and I'm well happy with it. So yeah, like I said, this is another one of the belts that I absolutely just adored as soon as I saw it. Like I said, there are a handful of belts. You'll find out which ones if you watch my other videos, or if you've already seen some of my other videos, you'll know some of the belts that fall into that category. So yeah, without further ado, I'll get on with the video. Basically just giving you like a brief history of the X-Division title, and a few people who've held it, a few of my favourites who've held it, etc. So yeah, this belt was created in 2002, and it debuted just before the main event at the taping of TNA's second weekly pay-per-view event, in June 2002. AJ Styles defeated Low Key, Jerry Lynn and Psychosis in a 4-way double elimination match to be crowned the inaugural champion. This match was announced at the time as being for the NWA X Championship. The on-screen graphic that comes on the TV or DVD stated that NWA X Championship. The ring announcer actually stated that it was for the NWA TNA X Championship. Afterwards, the title was renamed the NWA TNA X-Division Championship, and then just shortened to the TNA X-Division Championship. This is the oldest title in TNA. Obviously the world's titles changed. It went from the NWA TNA to TNA. The X-Division title is the only title that's sort of stayed from the beginning, even though there's been different variations of it, which unfortunately I can't show in replica form. Well, in the case of the belt that replaced this design, I can't show in replica form, as the TNA never made them, which is a shame because that would have sold like hotcakes, along with the tag titles. But that's just my opinion, and I digress. So all in all, there have been 68 reigns among 30 different wrestlers. Until 2011, the X Division was all about, well, it had its own little sort of like catchphrase motto type thing. It's not about weight limits, it's about no limits. Mike TNA famously stating that at every opportunity, and there were some great matches. In August 2011, on Impact Wrestling, the TNA authority figure Eric Bischoff, which is probably about the time I started dipping in and out, announced that from that point onwards, the X Division would have a weight limit of £225. So it's very similar to sort of the cruiserweight title sort of weight limit. Then following Hulk Hogan becoming the new on-screen GM, in March 2012, the weight limit was ignored. Hulk Hogan became the general manager in March 2012. And then in June 2012, at Slammiversary, Samoa Joe was allowed to challenge for the belt. So basically, the weight limit was ignored, as Joe was weighing in about £280 or something at the time. So obviously, they'd already gone back on their, what they'd already stated previously, which is very typical of TNA. In 2012 in October, the weight limit was officially repealed when £237 RVD, which he weighed at the time, challenged for and eventually won the belt at the Bound for Glory event. In March 2013, the X Division was given a new set of rules, which meant all matches were wrestled in triple threat format, and there was a new weight limit of £230. Obviously, this was very unpopular with fans, me included. It's one of the main reasons I stopped watching TNA. Obviously, I've mentioned before, Bischoff and Hogan were the main reason, but the stuff that changed just ruined TNA for me. Into August 2013, they got rid of the rules on the weight limit and opened it up again. Obviously, much to the fans' delight. Basically, Hogan Bischoff come in and just sort of tried to change everything. Almost ruined the X Division. Then decided, given the fact that the roster they got, there weren't so many could compete for the X Division title. Given the weight limit, that meant that everybody over that automatically became viable for the heavyweight championship, which meant there'd be people who'd never realistically get a shot at it. So you would think, but given some of the TNA champions who were surprise holders of it, that's obviously not the case. The X Division title was involved in some great specialty matches. Some of the talent that they had, especially in the earlier days, were just amazing. When you go back to the talent pool when it first started, your AJ Styles, your Samoa Joes, your Christopher Daniels, your Kazarians, your Elix Skippers, your Loki's, your Jerry Lynn's, Kid Cash, Amazing Red when he had his first run in TNA. All absolutely amazing talent that could just pull out amazing matches. I'll name a few of these now. The three main ones are the Ultimate X, the Steel Asylum, and the Escape match. These are the only three main styles of matches that were specific to the X Division title. For those of you who have never seen one, I'll explain briefly now what they are. The Ultimate X match, that was introduced in 2003. It involves a number of competitors, varies depending. Basically, they're all trying to retrieve an X, big red letter X, or the actual belt itself, which is hung above the ring on two cables which form the shape of an X. The cables are attached to big posts that are fastened to the turnbuckles. Like I said, they intertwine and form an X. The match really took off in popularity in TNA. I thought it was a brilliant match. When it was on the TNA game, which was leading to my next little digression point, I was well happy that you could do the Ultimate X. It took me a while to master it, but yeah, I thought it was awesome, and it was featured on the 2008 DVD TNA's Ultimate Matches as an X Division match on there. Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, I thought they were great matches myself. Ultimate X matches. That's what I meant. So yeah, I thought they were brilliant. Really enjoyed them. I remember watching a couple with my dad when I first got into TNA. Like I said, he used to sit and watch wrestling with me, and he thought the concept was amazing. He couldn't believe WWE had never done anything similar. The closest they come was standard ladder match. So moving on, the Steel Asylum match. I think I've only seen one of these, but the Steel Asylum made its debut in May 2008 at the Sacrifice pay per view. It was known then as the Terrordome, which is the one I've seen. They used it again in October 2008 at Bound for Glory 4, I believe it was. Or was it? I don't know. Yeah, Bound for Glory 4, I think it was. And then they changed the name to the Steel Asylum. As you know, obviously, as I'm filming this now, as of July 2015, even though we are we're not in July at the moment, but it's only been used to determine number one contenders to the TNA X-Division Championship. Basically, the match involves the ring being surrounded by a giant red steel barred cage with a dome ceiling. The only way to win is to escape the cage through the hole in the centre of the ceiling. As you can imagine, you get a lot of high flying athletes. You give them that sort of scenario, and it leads to some amazing matches. Like I said, I've only personally seen the one, which I thought was amazing. So like I've said before in my videos, I need to catch up on TNA, try and get back into it. But some of the older DVDs, I need to sort of get back watching them and watch some of the ones that I have bought that I've never got around to watching yet. The third main match that was used is the Escape match, but spelled X-Escape. This is usually held at Lockdown, given the fact that it's already set up for a cage. So basically, what you do with this one is the first two escape matches were held to determine the number one contender to the X-Division Championship. Since 2007, it's been used actually for for title matches. So the format for this is you have 4 to 6 people in the ring, wrestlers, and then to win this match, 2 or more, depending on how many involved in the match to begin with, must be eliminated by pinfall or submission till you get down to the last 2. These 2 then sort of beat each other up, give it wrestle until one of them can escape the cage. As soon as he escapes the cage, he wins. There is also something known as Option C, which has come with the X Division. It's a concept where the current X Division champion, and like I say, I'm not right up to date on my TNA, so I don't know if it still applies, but as I'm filming this and I've done my research, I've been led to believe that this is still what happens. So if I'm wrong, don't start giving me grief in the comments. Like I have admitted to, I am behind on my TNA, so I'm not 100% sure if this does still apply, but the last time I watched TNA a while ago, it did still apply. So basically, Option C is a concept where your X Division champion can voluntarily vacate the championship in exchange for a World Heavyweight Championship match. That began in 2012, and Austin Aries said he wasn't happy with just being X Division champ. So General Manager Hulk Hogan offered him a match for the World Heavyweight Championship, but only first if he vacated the X Division champion. Hogan didn't want one person holding 2 titles, so that was that. So that's the Option C. Obviously, Austin Aries did it. He cashed in. He became world champion. I believe Chris Sabin has done the same. He's vacated the X Division title to become the world champion. Like I say, after this was the one used under the banner of NWA TNA. Obviously, TNA NWA parted ways in 2007. So that's when they introduced the replacement for this title, which will be shown in the video at the end. And like I say, unfortunately, they never made replicas of it, which is a shame, as it would have sold like hotcakes, as it was an absolutely gorgeous belt. Again, another one that I was like, yep, if they ever do a replica, I'm having one. But unfortunately, they never did it. So, but when this was replaced with the new design, the champion at the time was Chris Sabin. So he was the last to hold this, I believe, and the first to hold the new title. So some of the champions, some of the people who've held this belt. So AJ Styles obviously was the first champion. Low Keys held it. Jerry Lynn, he had to vacate it due to injury though. Six Pack, who a lot of people might know as X Pac. He won it in a ladder match. Kazarian's held it. Peter Williams has held it. Christopher Daniels, obviously. Samoa Joe, as I mentioned, Chris Sabin. Jay Lethal held it. Kurt Angle's held it, and he's the only person to have held all the active TNA championships at the same time. He had the World, the X Division title, which was the one after this design, and the tag team titles. Eric Young's held it. Alex Shelley. Suicide, who I was a big fan of. I thought it was great, especially given the fact that it tied in well with the video game that you were Suicide. Doug Williams, British guy. Brian Kendrick, RVD held the X Division title. As I mentioned, Austin Aries and Rockstar Spud. As I make this video now, Tigre Uno is the current champion. If that's changed, obviously, I apologise, but as I've done this video, he is the current champion. So I don't know if that's still the case. Like I say, I sort of do these videos and then sort of wait a while and then post them. I suppose I should really post them as soon as I do them, but so yeah, few people like for the longest reigns. Chris Sabin has 8 reigns. They've lasted a combined 433 days. Austin Aries has had 6 reigns, 372 combined days. Samoa Joe has had 5 reigns. They lasted 350 combined days. Peter Williams has had 2 reigns lasting 310 days. Jay Lethal's had 6 reigns lasting 284. Obviously AJ Styles has had 6 reigns. I don't know how long his actual title reigns were. Probably should have added that to the list given the fact, like I've said, massive Styles fan. So yeah, basically that's my quick video about the X Division, a little brief history of it, etc. If anybody has sort of started watching TNA recently, or since the belt after this was the one, I would recommend checking out some of the earlier X Division title matches, and they're awesome. There was a series of matches involving AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe. They really, and the matches I remember for this belt, they had some phenomenal matches, no pun intended there. They were just amazing matches. They just absolutely stole the show whenever they got in the ring together. So I would highly recommend that anybody who hasn't checked any of their matches out for it, please do so. And if you do, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you thought of them. So I personally thought they were absolutely amazing matches. They absolutely tore it up every time they got in the ring together. So yeah, that's my TNA NWA TNA X Division title video. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Like I said, feel free to leave comments about any matches that stand out to you for it. Also, leave a comment about which design you prefer, this one, the one that followed, or the current one. Now I know the current one has been changed from blue and black to green and black, and the green and black fits in with Global Force Wrestling's colour scheme. So I don't know if that's sort of any indication of something to come. But like I said, please feel free to leave comments about any matches that you've liked, favourite matches of yours, the favourite design. If there's anything that you feel I've missed out, please feel free to add that. I'm always open to where it's sort of either being put right or whatever. But like I said, I just use the internet for research. So yeah, that's it for now, folks. I'll be back soon again with another video. Thanks for watching.